Hello friendos and randos, welcome back to apparently part 2 of my Red Green Law Dawn tracking video. Thank you for all of the support. This video pulled crazy numbers and I am beyond thankful for all of you for supporting my content as well as thinking that it was helpful or useful. I'm definitely really excited to keep bringing you guys more Red Green Law content as well as more One Piece content in general. So I received a few comments regarding the legality and the concerns about whether this is considered note-taking as well as about the positioning of the Dawn and everything. So I just wanted to give a follow-up video in order to make sure you guys in the West avoid any rule sharks that may come after you regarding this. And one of the judges was commenting that the primary reason for the concern is the position of the Dawn being upside down and everything. I did address all of the concerns as you can see on the screen right now. I will be showing some of the rules that are relevant to the scenario. Firstly, the position of cards must be maintained as they were originally placed on the game area except when otherwise directed by a card effect. This means that when you're playing a card, it should come down as active. So this is both your Dawn as well as your characters. And by definition, active means that a card is positioned vertically from the player's point of view. It doesn't specify that it needs to be right side up vertically, it just specifies vertically. So that's one thing to take note of. Each deck should be oriented in a north-south direction with the short sides of the cards facing each player. Card sleeve opening should face the opponent. Now, this does mean that you cannot flip your Dawn upside down while in the Dawn deck. However, it does not prevent you from doing that in the cost area. So one thing that you can adjust from my previous video is that when you are placing your Dawn upside down, you have to do it once it's in the cost area, not when it's in your Dawn deck. Another thing is, if a card must be rotated to indicate a specific effect, it must be rotated to either 90 or 180 degrees, and this can be done to either orientation. So you can rotate cards either clockwise or counterclockwise, because it doesn't specify. So you can also turn your Dawn upside down by resting it in a counterclockwise direction instead of a clockwise direction. Lastly, regarding whether or not this is note-taking, according to the official tournament rules manual as well, 4.8 note-taking, players are not allowed to take notes in official Bandai organized play events, and I want to highlight that players should not have paper or other stationery not used for game purposes nearby during gameplay. And because this method involves neither paper nor stationery, it is still 100% legal and not considered note-taking. One more thing regarding a few comments I got regarding your opponent being able to mess up your Dawn because the Dawn is an open area. Rule 2.7, player communication. Players should not touch an opponent's cards or other items without first asking for permission. As always, consent is very important. So if your opponent is wanting to touch your Dawn, make sure you tell them, hold on, and then take the time to actually look at it, memorize the order, and then you can give it to them if they need it. That being said, I don't want any of my followers to get screwed over by judges or rule sharks, so I'm going to be introducing you a different method with a similar concept but slightly tweaked such that you don't need to flip any Dawn upside down at all, so it won't even be apparent to your opponent that you are using this technique unless they've, of course, watched this video. Other than that, I will be sharing a few tips as well as to which cards to put at the top of your stack when you send your search targets to the bottom, as well as highlighting that you can actually do this without the Straw Hat Dawn. You can do it with any of the Dawn you have. So I will be demonstrating later with like the 01 to 04 Dawn as well. And let's get right into it. So first up, let's talk about the new code. So I do have a few different Dawns here instead. So we have the Classic Dawn, we have the 03 Dawn, the 01 Dawn, the 04 Dawn, the 02 Dawn, and the Tournament Pack Black Dawn. So these are the new examples that I have. And then the new method that we're using involves using one of these Dawn as a marker. So none of the Dawn will be turned upside down throughout the game. Instead, you will be leaving one Dawn aside as a marker. So let me explain that in more detail. But for now, let's redefine the code. The regular Dawn will be for your blocker laws. The Straw Hat Luffy Dawn will be for Straw Hat targets. The VV Dawn will be for Supernova targets, and the Sanji Dawn will be for Red 1 cost targets. Then lastly, the Shanks Dawn will be for events, and the Black Dawn will be your marker. So let me explain what the difference is in the method. Okay, so let me demonstrate. So every game you'll start with the Black Dawn first, your marker Dawn. Then let me just get set up. So every game you'll start with the marker Dawn out first. Alright, and then let's play it out. So first we'll Nami, top 5. let's grab a brook. And then I'm going to put blocker law on top. So generally, I will always place blocker law on top if I have the option. And then now I will place the white Dawn on the top of my Dawn deck, right side up still. Right side up still. And my turn, draw a card, flip my Dawn up, resend my Dawn, and then I will place the white Dawn on the left of my marker and all my other Dawn on the right of the marker. So now I will use the Dawn, resting both Dawn. I missed my search. Okay, so in this case, generally, I want to put the restand law on the top because in the later stages of the game, these are cards that will help you achieve lethal. So restand law, and then if I need to play safe instead, I want to have the killer. And then I also want to have Zoro as an option. So now I have options for if I want to go for lethal with extra attacks, play defensively, or if I need rush. Place this at the bottom. And then because the restand law is on top, I'll put the Supernova Dawn, which is the VV, on the top of my Dawn deck. So VV here. Then with one more Dawn, I will play Nami. Okay, here I will grab a Zoro. And then I will place the blocker law on top, restand law after, and then leave a gap. Place the restand law there again. And then I will place the another blocker law Dawn on the top of my Dawn deck under the VV Dawn. Okay, so end my turn. Opponent ends their turn, take a hit maybe, refresh phase. So now on the left of my new Supernova Dawn, on the left of my new blocker law Dawn, blocker law, Supernova blocker law, marker, extra Dawn. So everything on the left of your marker is now the ones that you are keeping track of. And because none of the Dawns are upside down, there's no reason for you to get caught on by a judge or anything like that either. So I won't go through the rest of the game, but that's the basic gist of it. So just doing 2 more searches for clarity again. Bonnie, grab a Bonnie, put Otama on the top. So generally for something like this, I want Otama and maybe the event on the top for more defensive options. Depending on the matchup, I might want the Luffy. So I would judge based on that. Okay. So Bonnie grabbed the Bonnie, and then the top card was red 1 cost. So that will be for Sanji. Then we'll Bonnie again. Top 5. Wow, we missed. Not doing too good. Okay, then we'll put Chopper on the top and then put a 2k counter as well on the top. Okay. And then because we put a Chopper on the top, we're going to... Oh shit, I habitually turned it upside down. Sorry, you don't have to do that anymore. And because we put a Chopper on the top, we're going to put a Luffy Dawn right under it. Okay. And then end turn, opponent ends turn. Refresh, draw. Dawn face. And we'll put both the Dawn on the left, on the right of your current marked Dawns and the left of your marker. So now we have done 5 searches. And because all of the Dawn are right side up, no issues. Now, some people were also asking me how I keep track of all of the Dawn when I try to attack and I have to like attach Dawn to my characters and stuff. So generally what I will do is when I'm playing characters, I will play with the I will play them with the Dawn on the left of the marker first. So for example, if I wanted to Dadan here, I would do with these Dawn instead of the ones on the right. So let's say I have all my Dawns already. So I will try to use all of my Dawn from beside the marker first. So, or in my original version, all my upside down Dawn first. So Dadan here, etc, etc. Leave 2 aside for your leader ability. Maybe use 1 more. Let's say we use a Bonnie here. Blah blah blah. Alright, and then leader ability. So I try to keep all of the the tracking Don rested, so I don't have to worry too much about using them to attack. But if I have to use them to attack, I try to arrange them in a left to right fashion as well. So for example, attach 3 to Nami here, attach 2 to my Dadan, attach 2 to my leader. So I always try to keep them in a left to right kind of way. If you are using the tracker, then like this as well. And then when you refresh, you use them, you pick up all the cards in the same format. So like this, you would put the cards like that as well. And then everything would be back the way it is beside your left marker. So there you have it. This is the updated version of this to be a little safer regarding rule sharks in the West. And yeah, there you have it. Here's my quick update for the law Dawn tracking method that you can use without turning any of the Dawn upside down. And remember that you can use it with any Dawn you have available. You don't have to spend like $100 on Straw Hat Dawn or anything like that either. As long as you have 5 sets and then 1 random pair. You can also turn this Shanks Dawn into an extra marker for like Straw Hat targets or whatever. Also, I wanted to add that of course you can do this with any deck that has, you know, a bunch of searches as well and is more likely to see the bottom of your deck. So decks like Zoro or even Rebecca, you should be able to do a similar tactic as well. So I've just grabbed a bunch of my searches to make things easier. So for example, we can do a similar thing. Let's go Izo, search the top 5. We miss. And then we put Otama and Makino at the top. So let's do 1 cost red 1 cost character. So we'll put a red Dawn to the top, and in this case we'll use the blue Dawn as our marker. Okay, next turn, draw a card. Red Dawn on the left, gold Dawn on the right. We'll do Dadan, 3, 4, 5. Holy shit, I missed again. Now we have events at the top, so let's put events. I guess in this case you can put the Newgate at the top too, because that is a one-off now in the West. So maybe Newgate, we'll say Whitebeard Pirates type characters. Whitebeard Pirates type characters, we'll say that's green. Okay, we'll do Whitebeard Pirates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a proxy for a 5 cost Marco, so let's say we grab the 5 cost Marco. Here we have events, so why don't we put the event on top, and then we shall put a pink Dawn for events. Okay, next, refresh, draw, put the events. So now we know the top 3 are red 1 cost, Whitebeard Pirates type character, and then event. Okay, continue searching. Search Whitebeard Pirates. I'm going to stop adding Dawn to my thing now. Izo. We have event again. We have event and red 1 cost 2k counter. I think we do event again. So let's just say Straw Hat event, Nami Dawn. Okay, Izo. I'm not gonna bother resting Dawn anymore. Izo, Jozu, and then we have red 1 cost characters. So Gordon and Izo here. So we'll put another red Dawn on the top. Red Dawn on the top. So we've done a total of 5 searches now. Let's keep going. Buggy. This is speedrun deck cycle simulator. Buggy. Okay, we grab Whitebeard Pirates and put the Jozu at the bottom. So Whitebeard Pirates type characters is Green Dawn. We'll put the Green Dawn on the top. Now we have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 searches. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plus 5, 14 plus 4, 18 plus 2, 20. 26 searches. I missed twice, so 24 plus 2. Someone put the gif with the girl and all the math surrounding her. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 plus 20 plus 26. Okay, so my next search should hit the red 1 cost character. So, dadan! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay, we did it. And then my next search will be the new gate. So, let's do this in an orderly fashion. I'm going to stop pretending that we're using searches anymore. Okay. Then our next search should be the new gate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go, new gate. Our next search should be the jet pistol. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh shit. 4. That jet pistol. Oh, 2 jet pistols. Our next search should be radical beam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Radical beam. There we go. Very good. So yes, it also works with Zoro. It should work with Rebecca but although you will have to use a slightly different variant with Rebecca. But yeah. Although this is a Red Green Law video, you can also apply this with any other deck that runs about 8 or more searches, because the threshold is usually about 6 searches where you get to cycle the full deck. Yes, there you have it. Don't ask why my Zoro list is in shambles. I have a proxy card, I have 4 radical beams and everything, but don't spend too much time thinking about the deck. Just I'm clearly not a Zoro player. But anyway, yeah, the technique is something that you can apply to other decks as well. It doesn't have to be Red Green Law only where you apply it. It's definitely something where it takes a bit of practice, but it's something that can definitely up your game to even higher levels. Making sure that you always hit the exact cards you need is always a great thing to do. And there you have it, 100% legal, no upside down Dawn required method to track your searches with your Dawn. Thank you so much again for all your support in the previous video. I really hope that this version will really keep you guys out of trouble. Make sure that you don't get any funny looks or get any funny questions when you're doing this in your tournaments, and it really helps you with improving your gameplay and bringing you even better results in the future. If you like this video, make sure to give it a like as well as drop me a subscribe, and also follow me on X, I guess, which is what it's called now, and also on Twitch, where I stream once in a while. Thank you again for coming. I do have another part 3 to this video where I speak a little bit more in detail about how you decide what to put at the bottom of your deck as Red Green Law. In between that, I will be releasing some other videos as well, so make sure to drop a subscription again and ring that notification bell if you want to see those right away once they come out. Once again, thank you friendos and randos for coming, and peace out. Bye bye.